So we're watching I Did a Thing, and this time he's doing another weird invention. Uh, let's just roll with it. It's usually insane, so let's see how this goes, shall we?
How you going? I just used this car to run over a whole family of children.
Gee, wait, a family of children, exclusively children? That is all right. We're starting off strong, boys. We're starting off strong.
But all of that could have
Relatable.
been avoided if this car was
Average
just fitted
commute.
with an old-fashioned invention that doesn't exist anymore. So today, I'm going to remake this device
Who
and
did-
test its effectiveness
Why?
and invent something of my own.
Why does that exist?
It'll hopefully allow car owners to keep pedestrians safe while also not taking away the joy
Oh
of
my
running them over.
god.
Now, looking
is
at
true,
the history
Cosmic,
of
it is
vehicles
true.
in Australia,
If you think
more
about it.
people than ever are choosing to drive American-style pickups.
Sales in June were up 85% on
What
the
the
same
hell?
period last year. Workers remanufacture around 1,200 trucks a month.
And these cars are
America.
bigger, heavier, less fuel efficient, and
God
they're just ruining
bless
the
the
flow
Ford
of roads.
One
And with the
F1
marketing surrounding these trucks,
4550.
pushing the image that they are essential vehicles for a strong, modern, manly man that loves to drive on a dirt road once a year. It's no wonder insecure dickheads keep buying these giant American-style utes.
Oh my
Like
god.
me, when I bought this stupid thing. And with even more powerful
Roasted.
engines resulting in even longer braking times, it's almost like they are trying to produce death machines, which might actually be their agenda.
Why does this fit with
As if you buy a
Helldivers
big
for
car
some
that's
reason?
more likely to injure people in small cars. The people in small cars then want to get a bigger car to stop you killing them. And then it turns into an arms race to buy bigger and bigger vehicles. And this cycle continues until everyone
wanna
is
get the
just
biggest
driving an
vehicle.
M1 Abrahams. And the stats on pedestrian vehicle deaths are pretty shocking. If you own a ute like this, you are 80% more likely than any other driver to hit a pedestrian. And when you do
Whoa.
hit someone, you are 50% more likely to kill them. But why? And maybe you think it's because they are heavier, faster,
be
or
fair, that is
because
a
the
sick
owners
drift,
are more
though.
likely to be wankers. And these are all true, but the biggest factor is actually the grille height. When I've run over a family of children in a normal car with a low grille, you typically hit them in the legs and then
What
throw them
is
up
this?
onto the bonnet, distributing a lot of the energy.
This is just
So with cars
roasting
like this
truck
that have
driver-
a grille height of 1.2 meters, unless I am running over Yao Ming, most people, especially children, are going to take the full impact straight into their vital
God.
organs. Also, because you're higher, you can't even
Oh
see
my-
if a
why-
child
what is
walks in front of your
happening
car,
right now?
Which this lady nicely demonstrates by running over 8 children. And this is happening more and more, and people with higher grills are way more likely to run over their own children.
The
So my
actual
device is
fuck,
going to have
dude.
to stop this, and I think these forgotten inventions might just do that. And they were introduced
We need to
when
save them
cars
kids,
first
chat.
appeared on the road, when people didn't know how to drive, and pedestrians didn't know how to walk.
I still walk like this, actually.
And kept stepping in front of cars, and they were killed in shocking numbers, almost at a similar level.
Oh,
to
really,
today.
Cosmic?
So
That's
instead of slowing
hilarious.
down, people came up with this thing, which pops out like an umbrella, catching the person safely, which seems to work.
Perfect.
And there are a couple of
The
versions
perfect
I've
system,
seen.
chat.
Another has this bumper which pops up so the pedestrian can grab onto it so they don't get flung onto the road, or this one with a net. And that man definitely has a concussion. But I'm going to go with the umbrella version, as that man seemed the least
What do you guys-
hurt. And that way,
what
when
do you
I
guys
hit
think?
you'll be placed gently inside
you
this
walk like
soft
that?
hammock.
Yeah,
And then I
for
can
sure,
just
dude.
apologize and drive you to work. Alright, the first thing I need to do is figure out
That's
how
how we
to get
walk
it
in
to pop out
Canada,
quickly.
actually, it's
But I don't
true.
have a plan, so I'm just going to start welding pieces of metal together and see where I end up. And I've actually had some of you comment on videos when I'm welding, asking if their eyes can get damaged by staring at me welding on camera without a mask. Which is so incredibly stupid. You can't. I'm the only one at risk here. So once that was done, I bunged a spring on, and now I've got a great way to whack myself in the head. Then I just welded up another
Oh
one,
boy.
and then checked if they get in the way of each other. And I'd like to say I planned this, but somehow they don't rub or touch each other at all. Similar to your parents.
Wow.
And they also spring out nicely, which means I can do the same on the other side. And by me, I mean my mate Ruben, who was learning to weld, and I was sick of burning my eyes welding, so I thought it'd be funny for his first
That sounds
ever
pretty
weld
metal,
to be
actually, Em, I'm not
criticised
gonna
by
lie.
millions of people online. I mean,
I flick my
Looks
feet to put them ahead of
exactly
me.
the same as
Big
mine.
brain.
but somehow his welds look equally as bad as mine. Then I just cut out some more metal for the swinging arms on the other side.
Wait, why is he... This dude hasn't met drywall. He
And
hasn't
then
loved
attached
to
them
destroy.
with springs, and gave it a test to see if I'm on the right track with this concept.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oh my god.
That works so well.
And that looks pretty great. And I almost sliced my femoral artery. It's not quite as fast as the ones from
How-
the video, but everything in old films always
How did he
looks
make that
faster and
work?
sped up. Alright, now that I got the frame, I need to figure out how I'm making the fabric sail. And I was going to use
Wait,
my
does that
bed
look
sheet,
like a-
but since I only have one, I'm going
Looks
to
like a
use
sweaty
this
dick
canvas
and
top.
balls.
And
Did
I
you guys
don't
see
really
that?
know the best way to do this. So I just kind of scrunched the material
Oh,
around
no.
the poles in the way I want it to sit, and then safety pinned it all down, and then sewed the
Maybe
hell
I'm
out of
just
it.
seeing what I want to see.
And for this, I'm using a specific sewing technique for thick materials called the whipping ratchet stitch. And if you haven't heard
Maybe
of
my
that,
brain
don't
has
worry,
just
I just
become
made it up.
sus.
And this is the first one I sewed, which looks pretty good. But then, someone must have snuck in at night while I was sleeping and sewed the rest, as they got progressively worse and worse. But I think they should still be strong enough. Also, while I was attaching the fabric, I found another thing I need to work out. If I drive into someone with this current setup, it won't do anything, as the poles will just collapse down, failing to stop the pedestrian from hitting the car. And at first, I considered making a ratchet on each arm so it locks their arms in place wherever they stop. But after I destroyed every spanner in my house, I realized this was way too much work and that it might
Rip.
not even support the load. But then I spotted the perfect thing in my garage.
What? Door
This
hinge?
door with this spring-loaded latch. And luckily, I don't need to destroy my door to access this technology, and I just bought some of these gate locks, which I ground
Okay.
into a bevel and welded on. And now, when the arm swings out, it passes over this side of the bolt, pushing it down,
Hey,
and then
Naruto, how's it
pops up,
going?
locking the arm into place. So I just welded 3 more into place. And once I put the fabric back on,
Why
I was
is
about
he
to jump
naked?
into it to see if it can hold my weight, but realized another thing I've done wrong. I stupidly left the end of the pole sharp, which is just going to rip through the canvas. So I put duct tape on the end and then cut out these little tabs to clamp the sheet down with, which should increase the surface area of the attachment points. And it should be done, but I'm still not going to test
Really,
it with my
Emma?
body weight, as
It's
I
because the
prefer that if
engines
it
function
breaks
differently?
and goes catastrophically wrong, that it happens on the car.
Through
at
which
speed.
wise am I
Okay,
making-
next I need
Maybe
to make
I
the
am
release
great.
mechanism. And to do
Maybe
that,
I
I'm going
am.
to use my new favorite thing.
Have you ever thought of
these
that?
quick release things.
I've been naked this
Which will
whole
allow me
time.
to open this without running away and slicing an artery. And my idea is to
Pinball.
use this elastic, which will wrap around the poles and the fabric, and then when I pull the string,
Okay, let's see. Does this work?
3, 2, 1.
Big brain.
Lock, lock.
How does this dude make shit work?
This has never happened to me before.
alright, hopefully that still works
It's a
while there is
miracle.
a sheet on it with air resistance pushing up against it. But before I go any further, I want to tell you about the sponsor
Wow,
of the
great.
video,
Wow, that's messed up.
Odoo is an all-in-one management software that provides entrepreneurs like me and you with a range of applications to make day-to-day
yes.
management
Sweet,
of their
sweet
business way easier,
sponsorships.
including invoicing, accounting, website creation, and more. It's all here just in one place. And you can start off using the apps that your business requires. Let's say I want to make an
Wow, look at him
e-commerce
touch
store
that
to sell
screen, dude.
amazing American cars. All I
What
have
is
to
the
do
video?
follow 4
So,
simple steps.
the
Starting with
video
choosing online
is he's
store for
making
the
like a
manufacturer of
people
business,
catcher
then choosing
to
one
put
of the
in front of
color
cars
palettes, adding the pages
to
and
like
features I
stop
want,
people
and
from
last
getting
step, getting a
injured from
beautiful
being
theme
hit.
from these 3 options.
But,
Odoo Website Builder uses AI to build you a beautiful
quite
online
dubious.
store that's ready to customize. And you get all this for free since your first Odoo application is free for life with unlimited hosting and support. They also offer free personalized domain name for 1 year. It's so easy to create your online store and you don't need any tech of the product. It to my car, which
There we go.
probably should have been my first step. But lucky for me, the car has these hooks underneath, which I think are there to pull the car off pedestrians when it runs them over. And I'm going to use them. Now, at first, I thought I was going to put a metal pole
Alright, let's
in
see how
there
this goes,
and then
chat.
just bolt it on and then attach it like that. But then I thought, no, if this bends down while I'm driving and catches the road, the metal pole is going to get shot straight through the car suspension, through the driver's compartment, and into my cock. So instead, I'm going to use wood.
Specifically
My
there,
logic here
actually.
is that the wood is weaker than the metal it's attached to, so hopefully it snaps before it does any real damage to the car or me. I just hope my insurance
Okay.
company isn't watching this. Okay, I made this shield thing which I bolted in with U-bolts, and it's made out of polycarbonate, which is thick enough to stop a bullet, so hopefully it stops the mannequin from damaging the car. Then I just put the pedestrian catcher on the front. And as soon as I put on the pedestrian catcher, I noticed that
that
the
makes
wood
sense.
bends a lot under the weight. So I invented something I've never seen before. This round thing, which I'm calling a uniform diameter rotary transporter, which should support the weight. Now, before I go and test this on the road, I want to try my own brand new, maybe life-saving
guy made an
solution.
explosive
Cars have
hammer and
airbags
explosive
inside
pool
to
stick.
protect
Yeah,
passengers. So why
yeah.
not have them on the outside to protect pedestrians? Surely pedestrian lives will be
Personally,
saved
I'm here
just
for
before
the
an impact, a nice soft pillow
pressure
pops
washer
out for them
bidet.
to sleep on. And I managed to get these 4 airbags, which was surprisingly hard. And I found out after being turned away by
What the
multiple
fuck, which
mechanics
one?
that it's illegal for them
Someone's
to sell
lost their
large
absolute
quantities
mind.
of airbags to individuals without a proper reason. But luckily, I found a guy that didn't want to be named out west that did an under-the-table cash deal. Thank you for Hood. So I'm going to have the airbags attached here, and then just before I hit the pedestrian, there's going to be a pressure
Okay.
plate which sets off the airbag. But before I go out on the streets and test it, I have to set one of these off, just to know they work. With
This
baby.
seems absurdly dangerous.
And I couldn't get it to work. Either Hood gave me broken airbags, or there's a safety mechanism here that's been removed to stop idiots like me playing with it. Which might be the case, as it looks like these pins need to be pushed into another contact plate to work. And I considered buying
Okay.
some proper connection points, but got lazy, and decided to just play around with the placement of the wires and hooked them up randomly. Also this time, I'm going to put these
Jesus.
awesome stickers on that measure G-force, and they are the same ones used by the Mythbusters, and I mean exactly the same ones. I stole them from Jamie Heineman. So we got 25 Gs, 50 Gs, and 100 Gs. And
Dude, they have
generally,
the same
100
energy.
Gs
That
is
makes a lot
fatal.
of sense.
3, 2, 1.
Well, right in the pool.
Wait, did the baby's head come off?
Oh no.
That's not you.
And I guess that's why the government restricts babies from driving cars.
Jesus.
So it's time to test all of this out, and I need somewhere with a long road and no one around. And luckily, one of my subscribers is a hoon, and he told me about an abandoned highway which they may or may not use for drag racing, which is perfect for this test.
Whoa.
Except on the way in, we set off an alarm. So we probably got an hour or
The
two
hell?
until the cops turn up. So we tried to be quick and attach the shield first and then the tires.
There's just like abandoned highway.
I think it's gonna shatter.
What's happening?
Both wheels are turning.
How you guys
Wheels are turning.
how you guys think this is gonna play out?
Yeah, they seem a bit jumpy.
That's fine.
Then once the tires seemed like they were working, we attached the pedestrian catcher and gave it a stationary test.
There's so many things about this.
Like what?
Like the fact that there's no like actual management for the fabric. So if a bit of it comes out while you're driving and catches something on the ground, like I have no idea what's gonna happen.
Okay, stand exactly where you are.
Were you gonna hit me?
No. Okay, move back, move back.
Oh
Please
boy.
work.
It's gonna be sick.
Otherwise, we came out here for nothing.
Rip.
Wait, why am I laughing? I'm here for no reason as well.
Come on, you f***. There we go.
And it's not opening. And in my test at home, I
Rip.
forgot that the fabric would be way more bunched up and it's just getting caught on itself. So I decided to just lock it open and hit the mannequin with the G-force stickers and see if this whole thing works at all.
That's recording. Still feels like a good idea.
Yeah,
This is for science, chat.
Oh, and you can't do any sharp. You
This man is doing brave things that we
can't
need
do any
done.
sharp turns in this thing. Those wheels at the front don't turn.
How else will we know?
That's making
And people
Yeah,
catchers
of course,
won't
the
work
wheels you got on there don't turn.
unless we try it.
It's just kind of scraping against the ground and fighting against the rest of your car.
Yeah, but let me ask you this.
But you
Indeed.
just ran over
Victor.
another wheel.
What?
You drive forward a bit.
A wheel?
Did a wheel
Fine,
fall
she's a
off?
professional.
Of course it fell off, actually. There's 2 screws in it. There's a wheel on the road.
I ran over a wheel?
Yeah, one of the wheels, both wheels fell off. They're both just
Oh
gone.
my god.
Wait, you drove like 2 centimeters an hour. What's that weird noise?
This is more scuffed than usual.
It's me driving. Alexa, you know what? I think the wheels are gonna work.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Well,
This is fine. This is fine.
Let's do it.
What's the worst?
Look how much that's hanging down. If that catches, we're...
You were getting impaled.
No, we're not getting impaled. Okay, let's do this.
Well, that's the only thing that's going to break.
Oh boy.
That's a good omen. That's the only thing that's going to break today.
Yeah, you feel
Would you guys be friends with this guy? I feel like that's
I'll
like...
send to you after the fact.
ready?
I feel like I wouldn't want to hang out at this guy's house. I feel like something horribly bad could happen at any moment.
So what are you doing? I think I go 50 Ks.
Incredible.
Well, your thing's immediately broken.
Oh, that's special. That's Hello's language.
Ay, 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 ay. Wait, how did the music just
Why is it immediately broken?
Rip.
What does that smell?
We give some F's in chat for his disturbing contraption.
I mean, the mannequin's disappeared. It's...
No.
No.
You're
That's
trolling.
the mannequin.
You're trolling. You're trolling. Okay. I was,
Oh, wait,
okay.
something's
Okay.
leaking.
I've done some serious damage to my car.
Oh,
Oh no.
oh no.
Chat.
What the Holy sh! Some red stuff's coming out. What, are you gonna drink it?
Bro.
That's the coolant. Okay, wait.
Oh no, dude. Hey Nax, how's it going? Welcome in.
Hi. Holy.
Rip.
Probably this.
What did it?
Why did I let Ruben film some of the welds?
Yeah,
Nothing
damn,
is going
dude.
I
wrong.
thought that would be funny.
The first time weld. Well, what happened
Why
to
does
the
transmission
dummy?
fluid look
let's
so
finish the
gnarly?
experiment.
100 Gs, dead.
Yeah.
25 Gs, dead.
And
My car. Dead.
Damn,
And we
dude.
thought it might have been Ruben's first time weld that had snapped and punctured the car, but after finding the mannequin leg covered in blood, it was definitely my fault.
Wait, it's covered in coolant. It looks like blood.
Imagine just coming across like a mannequin that
And
looks
the mannequin
bloody,
stand bounced
just
underneath
chilling in the middle
car,
of like
and
nowhere.
You can even see it lifts the car up, puncturing something important and denting the frame.
What else?
Ooh.
Look at that indent in the front.
Oh, it's
And after
mangled,
chatting to Ruben
dude.
on the phone, we figured out that it was the transmission, and all the useful fluid it needs to survive was gone.
This
Is the fluid like water or is it like a bit viscous?
It's a
I'm
bit
not sure.
viscous.
Definitely a 4.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably power steering fluid or like transmission, but your transmission would
Gotta be fast.
it's in metal, so
Transmission would be the gears if I just don't change. Is that a
What?
gear?
No, you can't drive home in first.
No, I'm not going to drive home. I'll drive it out of here and then we'll have to get Ubers home, Alexa.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, we pretty quickly worked out that we were not driving out of here, even if we wanted to, as there was no more liquid left in the transmission, and the
Rip.
car was locked in park.
Okay.
Rip.
That's not a good noise.
It's on.
Service vehicle shift.
Trying to see if you're
malfunction,
for the
service
Cybertruck.
required.
Perhaps worse.
Well, you've got the
Literally,
service
dude.
button, which is like a very low drama way of
Wait,
saying
wait.
you've destroyed
Both
your car.
both the
I think
occupants
maybe
of the
it's a coincidence,
Cybertruck
and
and
maybe-
the pedestrians
Maybe my car's
evaporate.
just due for a service.
Everything just turns to
Oh, yeah.
dust.
Went straight back
Wait,
to
we have
park.
to walk all the way back.
80k USD. Ooh.
The worst.
Worst possible.
I mean, the worst possible thing is
but we die.
we
It
die.
looks
Yeah.
fresh
This is
too.
probably almost the same.
Well, we just have to walk a long way, which is kind of
This
like
is why you
Golden
always get a rental
Yeah.
for these videos.
I guess. Man, this sucks.
And after a long 30-minute walk,
Oh, really? Did it
talking
not
to
pass
12
certain
different
safety standards?
mechanics that were all trying to palm the job onto someone else, made
That
more
makes sense,
complicated
actually,
by
'cause
the
it's
fact that
basically
I
just
didn't
a
want
bunch
to
of
tell them
sheet
that I
metal,
had
right?
purposely driven into a metal spike.
I have had something shot up and pierce my transmission fluid pan.
We finally managed to get in touch with a tow truck that would be
Oh,
there in 3
I knew
hours.
somebody who ran into one
Okay,
recently.
my Uber's here. See you later.
And while Alexa was driving away, I couldn't help but feel disappointed. Firstly,
Yeah,
because
'cause
my device
all
failed
6
so
episodes
easily,
of
but
Don't Hug
mostly
Me, I'm
that I
Scared
didn't get to
web
let off the
series.
airbags, which I was so excited to do. But as if on
Tempting.
cue, a cop showed up and did a lap of the road we were just on,
Oh,
making
shit.
me feel a whole lot better about not illegally letting off a bunch of airbags down there. Then eventually the tow truck pulled up and pulled my bleeding car filled with dismembered mannequins and explosives to the mechanic. You may also be thinking that I just wasted the last month creating the most useless thing I've ever made, but I would argue that in a way, it was actually very successful, and I exceeded my wildest dreams of what was possible, and I created the most successful pedestrian catcher ever, a device capable of completely destroying a 2.5-ton car in seconds. And if everyone just walked around with a mannequin stand on them at all times, there would be no big cars left on the road, and the world would be a pedestrian
It's true.
utopia. Thank you so much for watching. If
What
you
we
like
need to
that,
do is
please
we just need to
subscribe
litter
and
the
check out
streets.
some of my other videos.
You know, oh god, yeah, it's
Brought to you
hideous.
by NordVPN.
Well, that was a journey. I will say it was actually slightly less unhinged than usual, although it was more ramshackle. I think the idea was, yeah, not as insane as its typical stuff, but it way more scuff. Way more scuff.